Roland Garros!
Boomerang baby! Mary Jo Fernandez kept coming back from the depths. An all-time revival against Gabriela Sabatini, then knocking off the favorite, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, to get into the women's final. But it'll be tough because she's against Steffi Graf, winner for the first time in 1987. 1988, a piece of Steffi's Grand Slam. She slipped from the #1 pedestal in 1991, but after a 2-year exile, she's back on top, beaming and bombing. Fräulein forehand up next against Fernandez for the title. The 1993 French Open Championships, presented by Coca-Cola Classic. A garden of tennis. Stade Roland Garros has been one of the 4 bastions of the game for 65 years. Today it's finals day, the crowd milling about with a peaked sense of anticipation. The championship soon upon them. Graf against Fernandez.
Salut from Paris, quel beau jour. What a gorgeous day for a stroll in the Bois de Boulogne with a friend. But I'm Bud Collins to tell you that Steffi Graf and the Boomerang baby, Mary Jo Fernandez, will not be strolling, and it may not be amicable because they're playing for the championship of France. Chris Evert, you played for the title 9 times, you won it 7 times, but Mary Jo, her debut, what's it going to be like?
I don't think Mary Jo will be intimidated by this match at all because she's reached 2 Grand Slam finals already, the Australian Open, but I think she will be intimidated by the fact that she's lost to Steffi 10 times in a row, and she's had a few close calls this tournament.
Oh.
Look at that middle one, save 5 match points against Sabatini. She said after the match that she looked up at the clock at 6:15 down. It was under an hour, and she just prayed that the match would last over an hour, and then she ends up winning the match.
She did not want to be humiliated. She became heroic. 3 hours and 36 minutes. Now, Steffi Graf is something of a comeback kid herself. She's back at #1 after 2 years in the wilderness, if you can call #2 the wilderness. Unfortunate. Monica Seles, her injury, unable to play, slides to #2 in the rankings. And Monica, come on back soon. We miss you. But does it make any difference to Graf, 1 or 2, how she's playing?
Steffi says #1 doesn't mean anything to her. She says winning the titles, the Grand Slam titles, are the big thing. But I feel that she's playing better tennis now. Even when she was ranked #2, she was playing better tennis than when she won the Grand Slam because she has more dimensions to her game. She's not, a one-sided kind of player.
Chris, you've played against them both. What is Steffi Graf going to do to Fernandez?
Well, I think one thing Steffi has to do is keep hitting her forehand, being aggressive. I've seen her lose matches to top players when she's sprayed her forehand. That's the key. First serve, she's got a very hard, flat first serve, and she has to control the baseline, dictate each point. Mary Jo, on the other hand, has to keep playing aggressive like she has these 2 weeks. She has to hold her first serve because Steffi will kill her second serve. It's pretty weak. And court coverage, that is the key there. Mary Jo is not the quickest player in this tournament, and I think Steffi's going to have her side to side, corner to corner, so Mary Jo has to be quick off the mark.
Chris, you're right. Mary Jo has been more aggressive than we've ever seen her. In the first game, Graf opening the match. Mary Jo breaks serve.
Well, Mary Jo knows that there's no other way to beat Steffi Graf. She has to take control of the points. Coverage.
Like that. Now, the second game of the match. Graf returns the favor. She breaks right back.
This whole match, I think, is dependent on Steffi Graf's forehand. She sprays them. Mary Jo will win. She keeps them in the court, she will win.
We join the match in the 5th game. It's 2-all, opening set. Each woman broken once. Steffi Graf, the server. She beat a Swede, Cecilia Dahlman. A Czech, Andrea Sternadova.
0-15.
Then, one of 2 women who have babies on the tour, Laura Gildemeister. She had 2 tough matches. Eva Maioli, the 15-year-old Croat. That was 6-4, 7-6. Maioli served for the second set. And Jennifer Capriati played very well. Graf just played better.
0-30.
Love 30. In her semifinal, Anke Huber was the victim, 6-1, 6-1. Steffi Graf has won 11 major titles, Grand Slam titles. Mary Jo Fernandez going for her first.
But it's interesting, Bud, that Steffi's won 4 Wimbledons. Her game is not fully suited to the grass. It really does favor the serve volleyer.
Love 30. 2 games all. Ooh. And triple breaker for Mary Jo.
0-40.
And here you see Mary Jo really stepping into the ball.
S'il vous plaît.
Her forehand has a lot more power now, advancing to the net, but she didn't get a volley.
1 break point vanishes.
15-40.
Here's another. Break point 3.
Mary Jo, not yet, as you see Harold Solomon and her mother Sylvia, not yet showing the aggressiveness that she's shown us the past few matches.
They're so tense they don't even need chairs. So Steffi up to deuce from love 40.
40.
And Mary Jo, as you see this replay, Mary Jo just does not like to go to the net unless they're on her own terms. She was forced to go to the net and missed the shot. Mary Jo, Nancy Faber in the first round, and then a pair of Americans, Annie Grossman, Kathy Rinaldi. But the first comeback match was against Brenda Schultz, down 6-2, 5-3, and then of course the miraculous recovery against Sabatini. Her last match, however, many picked to win the tournament, Sanchez Vicario. She beat her quite easily, 2-2.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
Game point for Steffi Graf. Oh, that match against Sabatini. Sabatini led 6-1, 5-1, 40-30 match point. That was the first of her 5 match points. This kid, Fernandez, wouldn't let her have it. Whoa! Steffi Graf, first in the final in 1987, beating Martina Navratilova, who was the last American in the final.
Well, this is the shot that Mary Jo used so successfully against Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Remember, at one time, Arantxa just gave up, didn't even try for the ball. She's got good touch, good racket preparation, and good disguise.
Second deuce. Mary Jo, under the heavy weight of a 0-10 record against Steffi.
Coming into the net, smart to hit to Steffi's backhand. Steffi does not like to pass off the backhand side. That's her weaker side. But Mary Jo still a little off balance on that volley.
Well, she has another break point. 4th of the game. Third deuce. Steffi Graf, the Olympic gold medalist in 1988, lost. Had to settle for the silver against Jennifer Capriati in Barcelona, where Mary Jo won a bronze in singles and a gold in doubles. If you can drop sister, so can I.
Well, we're going to see a lot of drop shots this match. Because, as I said before, both players, they like to volley, but they like to go up there on their own terms, not when they're forced. And I think Steffi was a bit surprised by the answer to her drop shot.
Break point 5. It's out, and Mary Jo Fernandez breaks serve again. 3 games to 2 is her lead. Mary Jo Fernandez,
s'il vous plaît. Merci.
for the second time, has taken a service break lead. She broke Graf to open the match. Was broken right back. Let's see if she can sustain it. We're going to play dropsy. They're 2 apiece.
Obviously, the court today is very slow, is playing very slow because the drop shots are definite winners on this surface. Both players showing so much finesse so far.
Terrific.
Here you see the drop shot. Steffi just wastes the last minute and slices underneath the ball.
Whoa. Love 15. That was the 19th stroke of the rally, the longest rally thus far. Chrissy, you used to do that so well. Do you think you were a little better on the backhand or the forehand?
That's a tough question, but I like both sides.
15
I have to keep asking these tough questions, Chrissy. Backhand or forehand?
50-50.
I think your forehand was better on the drop shot.
15-30.
Well, Mary Jo showed you there that coming to the net is not instinctive. She sort of looked up as she approached, and she didn't approach very close, but she's got the right idea.
It takes years and years, I feel, to really feel comfortable when you change your game.
Solomon has tried to convince her for 18 months, and it's coming to fruition.
30.
He told her flatly, he said, you can stay right where you are. You be 7, 8, 9 in the world. You make lots of money. But if you want to be in that top, really in the top, 1, 2, 3,
right,
you got to start coming in and be aggressive.
He also said you might lose a few matches in the beginning, and I think that was a scary thought for her, to lose to players that you normally beat.
That's the scary thing about change. You've made so much money and done so well doing it one way.
Right. That's why it's taken a long time for Steffi to change her game.
Exactly.
40-30.
Big point here now. Mary Jo can open up a 2-game lead. So Mary Jo Fernandez is ahead, 4 games to 2. Well, neither Chrissy nor I picked her,
4 jeux à 2.
but there's always that first time.
Well, I did not pick her against Sabatini or Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Now there's an overrule quickly by umpire Sandrine Dupraz.
the lineswoman, Helvetia Krantz, was blocked. Her view was blocked by Mary Jo, so the umpire quickly made the call. And she's starting to spray. Now, you said before the match, Chrissy, if the forehand starts to spray and sprinkle the joint, then she's got problems.
That's the foundation of her game. And I saw her play the Olympics against Jennifer, and as well as Jennifer played, she sprayed her forehand.
Yeah, Steffi did. Sixth time Steffi's been in this final. 11th time she's played the French.
Technically, if you look at Steffi's forehand, it's not correct. I wouldn't advise it for the club players. She has a tendency sometimes to hit the ball late in an open stance, but boy, when she times it right, it's a potent shot.
When you got genius, you don't touch it.
Premier service.
Caught by Gaston Fortescue, middle right of your screen. He's had several chances.
Call to 15.
Always moving her feet right up into the last moment, and look at that swing. It looks a bit wild.
Isn't that a gorgeous replay? 30-15.
Oh.
Fräulein, forehand.
And you don't really want Steffi to run around her backhand, because that's when she hits her best forehands, the inside-out forehand right here. She can go either way. Try to hit into her.
Jim Courier does that almost as well, doesn't he? 40-15. Mary Jo smelled that one.
Mary Jo anticipated that. She was running before Steffi even hit the shot. Mary Jo's already started to run, so it turned out to be almost a sitter.
40-30.
You don't want to hit too many drop shots, because then they expect them.
She went for the bundle. 4-3, Fernandez still has the lead.
I think I have to play, more aggressively than I have in the past. I can't let her dictate, because she has that big forehand and she's very quick. So, basically, I have to keep playing aggressively, taking it to her. And if she's going to beat me, she's going to have to, hit a lot of winners and play very well.
Take it to the streets, Mary Jo. Well, here she goes with a 4-3 lead on this mud flat.
And she needs to keep playing aggressively. She had her on the ropes at the German Open and played the same way. But Steffi's going to start playing better now.
3-love in the third, Mary Jo led, convincing herself that she could stay with Steffi. She lost, but she'd lost badly the 9 previous times. That was a hefty backhand, corner to corner.
15-0.
Ace! Only one of the match.
Well, you don't see this too often, and what's happened to her serve is she's not just spinning the ball in safely, she's really snapping the ball at the top and hitting it really flatter.
And going at the forehand, which stunned Steffi. It's 30-love. Boy, you love those free points, don't you? On a second serve.
it's 5-3.
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
And once Steffi starts missing that forehand, she never lets up and tries to get her rhythm. She just keeps hitting with the same power, and you always know if she misses one, she's going to miss 4 or 5 more.
Set game.
S'il vous plaît, merci.
Set game against Graf at 3-5.
Just keeping the ball deep, but look at this shot here. She just whips it so low, such a sharp angle.
She's become a believer. Love 15 and a service winner for Graf. No, it's good.
Oh. Well, little passive on that passing shot. She was lucky to get that ball back, and then she just stayed in the corner. Anticipated right, but this shot right here, she really could have gone either down the line or cross court a little bit better.
So Graf showing us a volley for the first time, 15 all. And she could be more aggressive.
Backhand, really trying to shove her over to that corner of the court to leave that forehand side open.
15-30. 2 points from set. Mary Jo Fernandez. Beauty.
30.
Steffi usually goes cross court, so it took Mary Jo by surprise, that down the line winner.
30 all.
Big point here.
The terrible twos. 2 points either way. It's a set for Mary Jo. It's a save for Graf. Graf.
$40-30.
17,000 people here and a lot of wonderful crowd reaction. Two points away again. Second time, 2 points from the set for Mary Jo. Mary Jo Fernandez, who's won 1 of 21 sets against Graf prior to this. And she has a set point.
Boy, that forehand cross court has been the key so far this set. She's just kept it so low.
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
Steffi's had problems digging that ball out of the dirt.
S'il vous plaît.
Just another easy day.
Sylvia trying to look cool, but we know what's going on inside her. Churning.
Set point. Good tough forehand by Graf.
Égalité.
Second deuce. Fernandez, number 7 in the world, seeded number 5. Graf 1-1, rank and seed.
And a game point for Graf.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
She is not rushing the way she usually does, is she? She's pausing to consider. Ace! They have one apiece. Fernandez had a set point. Now she'll return to serve for the set. Count them up. And this is the anguish of Mary Jo Fernandez against Steffi Graf. 0-10. Not winning a set until 2 weeks ago in Berlin. It's still 0-10. Can she turn it around? Remember when Vitas Gerulaitis against Jimmy Connors in the Masters a few years ago? Jimmy had beaten Vitas 16 in a row. Finally, Vitas won. He said, nobody beats Vitas Gerulaitis 17 in a row. Here we go for the set.
I think Steffi's dominated Mary Jo because Mary Jo's always had a nice, steady, consistent game. Nothing to hurt her with. Now she's coming up with some big weapons. Few points, Mary Jo's looked a little bit slower. The first thing that went in my game when I was nervous was my movement on the court. Your feet are like sticking to the ground. You're so nervous. And Mary Jo's a step slower in these last few points.
You're in those concrete loafers. Serve to the forehand that caught Steffi.
I think Mary Jo's got to keep hitting to Steffi's forehand because Steffi still doesn't have confidence in that shot.
So you have pointed that out over and over. If we say it loud enough, she may hear it. We better not be homers. Steffi Graf, you got to be careful. She has the legs of an Olympian.
And please don't drop shot to her on her forehand side. That drop shot was so high, it was almost like a mini lob. Stephanie's court coverage. So quick. Footwork so good.
15-30. Well, she caught her on the forehand side again.
What you have to do is hit in that corner, too. Don't give her any inside-out forehands to hit. It's her best forehand is when she runs around that backhand. But when you hit down the line, she doesn't like to stretch wide.
It is 30-all. Fourth time that Fernandez has been 2 points away, and she has had a set point.
And hopefully she's learned from that last game. She has to keep going for those shots.
A break point.
This is not a good time for Mary Jo. Oh, net cord. Steffi says she's sorry.
Oh, sure.
You wonder if she means it.
That's what the Japanese said after Pearl Harbor.
Premier service.
Break point. Second serve. Mother and coach. Wow, can you believe that?
Well, second serve right to that forehand. She took a chance there and hit a good hard second serve. Steffi, look, as she's moving in, she expects that backhand. Caught her leaning to the left.
Fifth time, 2 points away. She cuts the side of the line, yes.
Beautiful shot.
Ooh. And a set point on her own serve for Fernandez.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Fernandez.
Stroke of the rally.
Égalité.
Second deuce.
Steffi Graf showing why she's #1, showing why she's a champion. Plays so well when she's behind. Mary Jo, it was the right move. She played aggressive. She really stepped into that forehand, but hit the net.
2 points away, dangling there, the 6th time. She's had 2 set points.
Oh!
Oh, another freebie.
Avantage.
And Steffi knows it. Look at her face.
And set point number 3.
Mary Jo just really talking to herself. It's like now or never. You're not going to get any more chances after this.
3rd set point. By Steffi Graf, the forehand. An incredible lob.
Down, set point down, and she comes up with these 2 shots. Lifts her game another notch. This overhead was 10 feet behind the baseline. She hit it for a winner.
3rd time at deuce.
That is not an easy shot by any means, and the angle that she got on that shot.
She cancels a 3rd set point.
Very brave play on her part.
2-time champion Graf. And again, the forehand betrays her.
Really let up on that forehand. Played like she was afraid to hit the ball.
Set point number 4.
I think Mary Jo still has to hit to that forehand.
Mary Jo Fernandez, who has never won a set in her 2 previous major finals. Those were Australians, and this is her 3rd. I think she said, I've got to hit it harder. Second ball, 4th set point. In a major championship, does have the lead, trying for her first major championship against a woman who has won 11 of them.
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
At this point, really, Mary Jo is just playing consistent tennis and waiting for Steffi to make the error, and it paid off for her. Just playing very consistent, good balance on her shots.
6 games to 4 for the Miamian. Ace! That's 2 for Graf.
15-0.
Well, I'm sure it's no surprise to Mary Jo, just because of the last match that she played Steffi, she won a set. But right now, Steffi Graf has a big task ahead of her, and I think
30-0.
what she's thinking is, okay, forget about it. Let's start fresh, start new. Pretend like the match is just starting right now.
Ace! 2 in the game, 3 in the match.
40-0.
Steffi Graf like a wounded lioness. Oh! She got it.
Right. Well, this game, very important to both players. Mary Jo wants to just continue her lead and really not let Steffi get back
40-3.
into the match. Steffi Graf has to reestablish herself.
Now it's 40-30. It was 40-love. And it's deuce.
Well, that's more aggressive play than I've seen her play the last 3 or 4 games.
40.
This is the way she should be playing. The pressure's off. She won the first sets, the first game of the second. She can afford to experiment a little bit and play aggressively, take a few chances.
Against Graf's serve, very good to do. It's deuce from 40-love, despite those 2 aces by Graf. Mary Jo broke serve in the opening game of the match, lost her serve back in the next game, then scored the critical break to 3-2.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf. Égalité.
Well, she really is. Mary Jo really is taking advantage of Steffi's second serve, something that not a lot of players can do. Stepping in off the ground.
Second deuce. Saw a little peaked look on Graf's face because she had 40-love in this game. Thought she was going to get out of it easy.
Avantage,
Her 5th
Mademoiselle
game
Graf.
point now.
Still looking for her true form. Didn't really play a great first set.
First top spin backhand.
Mary Jo really picking on Steffi's forehand. Again, most of the players play Steffi. They just keep hitting to her backhand all the time. But that's the wonderful thing about a two-handed backhand. It really has good disguise and more power than a one-handed backhand. So that down-the-line shot is very effective.
Mary Jo is playing tough. It looked like an easy game, 40-love. Instead, she's forced Graf to serve and serve and serve. It's the 3rd deuce.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
6th game point for Steffi.
finesse to her game. She has better wrist action in her forehand, more snap in her serve, good drop shot, but look at this. Great touch shot. An offensive lob.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
But I see that there's more finesse in the game. Remember, the last 5 or 6 years, it's just been power, power, power. Who can hit the ball hardest? These players are playing really with more touch.
So, a 7th game point for Graf. And she had to work awfully hard to get that first game of the second set, but Fernandez leads. Chris Everett, you must have 5 or 6 of them in your garage. Named for the great French player of the 1920s, Suzanne Lenglen. Won Wimbledon 6 times. Never lost a match at Wimbledon.
S'il vous plaît, un peu de silence. Merci.
So Mary Jo Fernandez, she's a bit of a melting pot story. Her mother from the Dominican Republic. Her father from Cuba. Her mother visited some friends in Cuba, met the prospective father, Jose Fernandez, and they lived in Cuba for a while. And Sylvia Fernandez says, when Castro marched in, those were horrifying days, and we got out as soon as we could. That's lucky for the United States. The bronze medal in singles and the gold in doubles for Mary Jo last August.
One of the few young players that actually finished high school, graduated from high school.
And going to school. She went to classes.
She went to classes. And
30-0.
And it's funny, since she graduated, I think she's really been able to give a full commitment to the game. And her game has shown a lot of improvement.
She's the boomerang baby. If she comes back from 0-10, this will complete the epic. What a tournament. Down 6-1, 5-1, 40-30 to Sabatini. Long gone. And yet she saved 5 match points, the greatest comeback in the history of this championship. And probably all the majors for women.
40-0.
Steffi, at the moment, very frustrated. Really no big shot to fall back on. And really no excuse for missing that shot. It wasn't a hard serve. And if you still have that feeling, if she can string a few big forehands, you know, 3 or 4 in a row, she's going to get that confidence back. That's her favorite shot. And the whole match might change.
40-15. Mary Jo Fernandez, the leader in the match. 6-4, love 1. That day is over. It was good early in the set, but legs Graf is going to run him down.
40-30.
Well, Steffi moves so well, but look at this backhand. She hit it so far in front of her. Just a chip shot. She likes going down the line, too, because the players don't expect it there. They expect a cross-court return.
40-30 from 40 love, similar to the last game. Dick Enberg, I'd say, oh my, but I can't say it like Dick, and we miss him. Our leader, he's involved apparently with some overgrown fellas from Phoenix and Seattle, and you'll see him on here next. But right now, it's Mary Jo. Dick, don't be mad at me, but oh my. thinking about coming in again, and she should have.
Well, not a good position for her to be in. She hit this approach shot, return serve very well, but look where she is. She just doesn't know what to do. She's confused.
No woman's land. Between service line and baseline. 15 love. Whoa, wide.
15
Career Grand Slams, that is the Grand Slam championships, the 4 major championships. 11 for Graf out of 18 finals. Fernandez, not yet. And you know, no American has won this title since a kid from Fort Lauderdale.
No, Martina.
No, not since Christine Marie Everett.
That was the last one. 85
yeah.
and 86.
85 and 86. You beat Martina Navratilova in both those finals. Those were the last All-American finals.
Well, I'm going to have to study those record books a little bit better.
Merci.
Two games to 1 for Graf. This is for the French title. I'm Bud Collins with Chris Evert. And this could be a stunner.
We're talking about Mary Jo being the first American since Martina in a final. I have to admit, I'm surprised Mary Jo is in a final over a Jennifer Capriati. I must admit, I always thought Jennifer would be there first just because she's so powerful. And she's beaten these top players.
It's a very carefully played point by Graf, but she missed it. Unforced errors.
Yeah, you just sense if Mary Jo hangs in with her that Steffi will eventually make the error. So far, that's been the pattern.
Down the line again.
I love that
shot.
30.
Just hitting to her backhand, just trying to open up that forehand side. Steffi's leaning towards that backhand side so much. And again, the two-handed backhand players can really drill that ball down the line.
A lead of a set, but nothing certain here. Because Graf, I would consider Graf one of the all-time great players. Would you, Chrissy?
Oh, I mean, she's won a Grand Slam, so she's definitely got to be up there.
And only days from 24. She was looking forehand and got it on the backhand.
Really mixing up the pace so well, keeping her surprised, keeping her guessing the whole way. Steffi knew that side of the court was open, anticipated Mary Jo to hit there, but no.
40-15.
She fooled her.
Mary Jo has always been a thoughtful player.
40-30.
But at any moment, Graf can jump right back in.
Right. When Mary Jo's still not taking the bull by the horns. I mean, whenever she wins a point, then the next point she'll make an error. So Mary Jo's playing a little bit spotty tennis at the moment, too.
Jeu. Mademoiselle Fernandez.
So, 2 games all. One thing about Steffi Graf that's so pleasing
Un peu de silence, s'il vous
is
plaît,
that she's
merci.
happy again. You know, 2 years ago in this tournament was the nadir of her life. She lost to Arantxa Sánchez Vicario 6-love, 6-2.
0-15.
She sprayed over 50 unforced errors. Then she was in the turmoil over the lurid publicity given her father. Her brother Michael is here.
And to the left, her boyfriend, Michael Bartels.
And once she'd gotten over all the tough things at home, the madman stabs Monica Seles and says it's for Steffi Graf. It took her a while to get over that. She said, it's okay now, but it took a while. It's good. That's long. And an opening for Mary Jo.
But for someone so young, she really has been through a lot of adversity. Her mother is back in Florida recuperating from a major back surgery. She was in a cast the last time I saw her. She's watching on TV.
Well, we wish Heidi well.
Right, because she's always great to have around. Steffi really needs her to be with her.
Well, she sure went for it.
15-30.
0-10. This young woman against Graf.
Well, Mary Jo definitely is making more winners, but because she goes for more shots, she's going to make more mistakes too.
But she's going on the serving game of Graf, and I like that.
Yep.
Now, she knew she should have come.
Well, she knew she should have kept that ball in.
Yeah. But she lifted up her head. Sylvia's going to break down the ballpark.
Sylvia constantly talking, or maybe praying.
Ace! She has 4.
40-30.
And so the opening closes, and Steffi Graf steps ahead. They're on serve 3-2.
Mademoiselle Graf mène par 3 jeux.
It's Stade Roland Garros with 17,000 intrigued spectators. French Open, presented by Coca-Cola Classic. And what a classic it would be for Mary Jo Fernandez if she can hang on. She leads 6-4, 2-3. I think there's a lot of tennis ahead of us, however.
Yeah.
She is not giving Graf a pattern, is she?
She's dictating play. She's the aggressor right now. And I still sense Steffi tentative on her forehand side. She needs to get that shot going if she expects to win this match, because if she doesn't, she'll lose.
Nope.
15-15.
First American to win this title was Helen Wills in 1928. We hope she's watching in her Carmel home. Well, Mary Jo has got to remember what Harold Solomon says. You cannot sit on a lead. She's got to go the way she got here. Keep pressing. Keep coming in once in a while.
Also, keep that body language very positive. And she stopped moving that last point.
Two double faults, and now she's in that dark corner, break point. In doubles when she won the gold, but she's applying it to the singles.
30-40.
And most two-handed backhand players have two-handed volleys, but not Mary Jo. She really takes her hand away and punches that ball, hits it out in front of her.
Second break point. She steps out of that ditch. 14 unforced errors on the backhand for Graf, 15 on the forehand.
Steffi's brother, Michael Graf, very close siblings. Here's Steffi, still not confident with that forehand. She really didn't even come through on that one.
She needs to come up more too.
Frustrated as she throws her racket up.
Break point. Third of the game.
Boy, she played so well against Anke Huber. Not really near that form yet.
Mary Jo down the left line.
Égalité.
When Harold Solomon first started working with Mary Jo, he noticed that she had no weapons to her game, so he's trying to make that forehand a big shot.
Second deuce. Égalité, as umpire Sandrine Dupraz says.
Mary Jo coming in to Steffi's forehand.
Avantage.
But she's just trying to get up there.
And now a game point for Mary Jo.
She knows that Steffi's been missing forehands, and under pressure, this is what Martina does so well. Comes in on Steffi's forehand, and Steffi panics sometimes.
Harold Solomon's been biting his arm beautifully.
Égalité.
And another égalité, 3. This is the only one of the prominent tournaments where the score is given only in the native tongue and not repeated in English.
14th stroke of the rally. In came Mary Jo.
Avantage.
Steffi not used to
Mademoiselle
seeing
Fernandez.
anyone up at the net. She's played pretty much baseliners this whole tournament. Just really crowding that forehand. No confidence in it yet.
Second game point for Mary Jo. Huge game right here. She wants to get to 3-all.
Boy, every game, the last 3 games have been huge, and Mary Jo's had chances in each of them.
And a fourth
Égalité.
deuce.
She's showing signs of nerves, I think.
Mary Jo?
Yeah.
$59 points apiece. You thought it would be closer. Woo!
Out.
She does not like the call by Jacques Thabert on the sideline. But there is no call from the umpire, Sandrine Dupraz, for reconsideration. Second ball.
And a break point.
Avantage. Mademoiselle Graf.
Mary Jo has already repelled 3 break points in this game, but she can't seem to get out of it.
And I feel Mary Jo's let Steffi off the hook these last few games because Steffi's just playing the same way.
What a 1-2 punch.
But she hits it when she's behind, and she needs to play like that when she's deuced or when she's ahead.
Égalité.
It's easier to play this way when you're behind. You have nothing to lose.
Longest game of the match. We're at a 5th deuce.
Beautiful run around inside out forehand.
Avantage. Mademoiselle Graf.
You really don't want to hit this kind of a shot to Steffi's forehand when she runs around it because she has such good disguise. She can go down the line or flick it inside out cross court.
A 5th break point. And still Fernandez resists all the darts.
Égalité.
There was nobody at home on this side of the net.
Whole court was open. But you sense that Steffi's ready to change her game a little bit and take the initiative and dictate the points. That was the right play, but she hasn't done it enough in this match. That shot's not grooved yet for her.
A half dozen deuces. 17th point of the game.
She looked slow on that point to me. I was right here, just lunging for the ball.
Avantage. Mademoiselle Fernandez.
So far behind the baseline on her back foot, but she anticipated this shot well and just took a chance.
A game point for Fernandez. Advantage to Mary Jo. She has her third game point. She has resisted 5 breakers. Play serve and volley.
Oh.
And the topspin lob gets her. And that was the first.
Égalité.
A surprising serve and volley, especially on red clay. But once again, Steffi shows the finesse that she's worked on, the topspin lob.
The old Mary Jo has been left far behind. This is the boomerang, baby.
These few points are so psychological.
7th deuce. Perfect dropper on the 17th stroke.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
Steffi's seen that Mary Jo's way behind the baseline. Thought it was a good opportunity. Mary Jo not even trying for it. It's just too good.
Break point 6 on a 77-degree afternoon in Paris. And it's the same 1-2 punch that saved the break point before, although it took a 3rd stroke.
Égalité.
Well, it's obvious Mary Jo can play like that, but she's probably telling herself, why can't I do this when it's deuce or when it's my ad? She's playing her best points when she's down. She's done this 3 points in a row when it's been Steffi's ad.
8th deuce, 21st point. Almost a set in this game, it seems. Steffi will get it.
Oh!
Foot speed.
Avantage,
Steffi
Mademoiselle
is
Graf.
really moving well now, and you sense that she's starting to find her rhythm and the groove in her game. She's the quickest player on this court.
Nobody
Yeah.
else gets that ball. That was a point for Mary Jo, but instead she faces a 7th break point. Graf. Whoa! Close to the line. And she hits 2 lines.
Jeu, Mademoiselle Graf, balle
Steffi
neuve.
Graf may have turned this match around, hitting 2
Mademoiselle
lines.
Graf mène par 4 jeux à 2.
Graf scoring her first service break since way back in the 2nd game of the match.
Un petit lance, s'il vous plaît, merci.
That was a microcosm of a match right
S'il vous
there.
plaît, les joueuses sont prêtes, merci.
It's like a battle of the wills.
8 deuce game. Graf breaks on the 7th break point. Mary Jo had 3 game points. Let's see how Fernandez responds to that body blow.
Oh, she was there.
15-0.
I think Steffi really just trying to get grooved again with that forehand shot. Mixing up the pace. maybe trying to get Mary Jo a little tired. She's had a strenuous
S'il vous
week.
plaît. Petit lance, merci.
But she had no play on this shot.
How much did that last game take out of Mary Jo emotionally? Can you measure it?
I think Mary Jo, the last 3 games really, as I said before, had her chances. But when it got tight, she either went for too much or she got tentative.
She spun it into the center line.
40-0.
That's when you can really sense someone's confident, when they go for that second serve. It's going to be a real uphill battle now for Mary Jo, because Steffi's body language, her demeanor on the court is so different, so positive.
Mademoiselle Graf.
Is Steffi Graf roaring? She's ahead 5-2. Fernandez now serving in set game against. Down only 1 break, and does she love to see that forehand fly.
But, you know, Bud, the turning point in the second set was 2-all. Mary Jo had love 30, and then she committed 3 unforced errors, and she was really going for her shots, but it shows that she's not 100% comfortable being the aggressor.
Both women left the court briefly to change shirts. Is stamina going to play a role in this?
Well, I think conditioning will become a factor, and you know, that's why Mary Jo, she's done a lot of running and a lot of off-court training drills. It's not good enough now just to practice. It's better to be a great athlete, more so than a great tennis player.
2 forehand unforced errors. It's 2-5.
And it's important for Mary Jo to hold her serve to win this game. Now, then she'll still be in that second set, but also if she loses this serve, Steffi Graf starts in the 3rd set. Psychologically, it's always an advantage or a benefit when you're serving first, so you can always be up a game.
Set point.
30-40. S'il vous plaît, un petit lance, merci. Seconde manche, Mademoiselle Graf, 6-2.
And this match is dead even. Second set to Graf, 6-2. We're going down the stretch for the championship.
Service, Mademoiselle Graf.
Shaky serve for Mary Jo Fernandez, who's now lost serve 2 consecutive times. Graf opens the final set.
And I think you really have to favor Steffi this set. She certainly is fresher this tournament. She hasn't lost a set versus Mary Jo, who's had a real grueling time. 3 matches, she's gone 3 sets.
And the unforced errors are now beginning to pile up for Mary Jo Fernandez of Miami, who won the first set, breaking Graf in the opening game, and then the critical break in the 5th game. She won that set 6-4. But the vital game of the second set, the 6th game, in which Fernandez held game points but surrendered in an 8-deuce game.
And it'll be interesting to see how Mary Jo plays, because her new aggressive game has fallen apart a bit. What will she do? Should she settle back and play her conservative, comfortable game, or just keep going for her shots and risk making these errors?
It's a quandary. Two women going for one of the 4 great championships. Graf has 2 of these, Fernandez none. Will be settled in this set. Mama Sylvia Fernandez. Somewhere lurking behind that wall is Coach Harold Solomon.
Seems to be sinking lower and lower.
Whoa! 45.
Now Graf at the edge of her 5th straight game. Now this is an Everest of a point for Mary Jo Fernandez. If she can force her way to deuce, show Graf that she can still compete. And she does get to deuce from 40-15.
Show her that she's still a comeback player. Boy, if she played all her matches, the whole match, the way she plays points when she's behind, she'd probably be the best in the world.
It's deuce. It flies and break point. And the first game of each set has been trouble for Graf. She lost in the opening game of the match. She had to go 4 deuces from 40 love to win the first game of the second. And here she faces a break point.
Whoa! Égalité.
Second deuce.
Premier service.
Steffi Graf, who has won 72 titles in her career, number 3 all-time behind Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert.
Welcome back to Roland Garros. I'm with Mrs. Fernandez and Mary Jo's coach, Harold Solomon. What will be the key down the stretch here, Harold?
I think her physicalness, if she can hold up physically, is going to be the most important thing. I think she's got a headache and a little tired, but she's got to jump on her early here.
Thanks a lot. Let's go back up to Bud.
Thank you, Dan Hicks,
Un petit lance, s'il vous plaît.
Sylvia
Merci.
Fernandez, and Harold Solomon.
S'il vous plaît, les joueuses sont prêtes.
Well, it's the 3rd
Merci.
set of the biggest match of her life. Can she overcome fatigue, mental and physical?
That remains to be seen. I still think Steffi is fresher. But somehow when you're in the finals of a Grand Slam tournament, you get that little extra something deep down inside. Maybe adrenaline, maybe desire.
Well, you could have bottled that adrenaline and sold it, Chrissy.
Important for her to keep that lead.
Lucky for the hustling Fernandez, who somehow propelled that ball skyward.
Well, a freebie point here, an early birthday present, because this was... There's no way Steffi should have missed that shot.
15 all.
And I think Harold's right. Conditioning will be a factor. Mary Jo just looks a step too slow getting to some of these balls.
She's got the line.
And what happens when you're too tired? You try to end the points a little bit earlier, so she's trying everything. She moves in after that drop shot to cut it off, but let it bounce instead.
30 all. And Mary Jo.
Mary Jo's smart because she's tired, and she doesn't want to get out there and hit 10, 12 balls against Steffi Graf.
Longest women's matches in the Open era, 68 to present. In matters of time, Vicki Nelson-Dunbar, Worcester, Ohio, Jean Hepner, 6:31. It was only 2 sets. Monica Seles, Gabriela Sabatini. That was 5 sets in the Virginia Slims Championship. And the third one was 3:36. Mary Jo Fernandez and Gabriela Sabatini. That's the longest ever in a major championship. 10-8 in the third set after the boomerang baby Fernandez trailed 6-1, 5-1 match point. Deuce.
Boy, Steffi really let her back into that point. After hitting that forehand, Steffi should have been into the net.
Steffi is reluctant to come up. I don't understand it.
Merci, s'il vous plaît.
Deuce. Fernandez up a service break. 1-love in the final set. Slugging now. There we go! And she barely wins that point. She was so close to touching the net. Had she done so, loss of point.
Yeah, she doesn't look too tired here. She's really moving well. Probably working on adrenaline. And here, look at that
Avantage,
sprint.
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
Who her right foot nearly touching the bottom of the net.
That forehand cross-court's been a dream for her this match. She's won a lot of points, gotten Steffi in very defensive positions. Look how close she is to the net.
Advantage, Mary Jo. Creeps further ahead in this decisive set. 2-love.
Fernandez mène par 2 jeux à 0.
pushes closer to the title, but she's against an all-timer.
Un petit lance, s'il vous plaît, merci.
Go!
15-0.
You know, Chrissy, Boris Becker used to say in men's tennis, the fifth set had nothing to do with tennis. It was all wanting it. Who wanted it? Is it the same in women's tennis in the third?
Well, I think the conditioning comes into it because both players are starting to fatigue by that time. So it's who's in better shape, and psychologically, it's great passing shot.
Well, that's what Boris meant, the psychological.
Psychologically, yeah. I mean, it's who can last the longest and concentrate and keep your mind focused.
15.
Boy, Mary Jo just stabbing at that ball. But here she really set up well. And again, that down-the-line backhand has really won her a lot of points. Two-handed backhands have such great disguise.
You ought to know you invented it. Not really.
So in answer to your question, it is psychological, that last set, but it's also physical as far as conditioning.
She's there.
15-30.
Mary Jo inside the baseline, that serve, taking advantage of a weak second serve. Again, it's that approach shot that sets up that good volley.
Now a crisis for Graf. She doesn't want to be behind two breaks.
Oh. Well, that's what Steffi needs to do, really, is to tire Mary Jo out, drop shot her, not try to end the point so early.
30.
I mean, you have to think after all these tough matches, mentally as well as physically, Mary Jo's feeling the effects. She's really taking her time.
Well, there will never have been a French championship won like this if Mary Jo wins it.
No.
So many bounce backs.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer girl either.
But Steffi Graf has the pride of an all-time champion riding here. And back at #1.
40-30.
Well, that's an example where she didn't move her feet. She swung at the ball, but
tired response.
Feet were glued to the ground.
That's going wide.
40.
But how about this being the biggest game in the match?
Well, Chrissy, it could be, because if Mary Jo can go up 3-love, you can almost limp the rest of the way. But almost. And another traitor of a forehand.
Avantage.
How many, Leo?
Mademoiselle Fernandez.
22.
22. Yui's unforced errors, and it's break point.
Point of the match for Mary Jo.
It is
good.
Good. Caught the line.
But Mary Jo coming up with a tentative return. And Steffi now trying to get to the net.
That's where this match is going to be won, I think. Second deuce.
on the 17th stroke.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
Mary Jo looking where she's going to hit the ball, the spot instead of at the ball.
Advantage to Graf.
Sometimes, Bud, when you see that open court, you just can't believe it's open and you have a shot at it and you take your eye off the ball.
Oh!
Égalité.
Once again, the wayward forehand. 23 unforced errors. That's long.
Out. Avantage, Mademoiselle Fernandez.
And another breaker for Mary Jo.
I can't emphasize how important this whole game is to Mary Jo.
Merci.
But the last time she had ad, she played a very passive point. Let's see if she plays this point a little differently.
This is a point for a 3-love lead. Ace!
Oh,
That's a champion.
nothing you can do about that.
Égalité.
Martina used to do that against me. It used to drive me crazy.
4 deuces. Wiping away that
Mary
point.
Jo, yeah, she has no play on that serve whatsoever.
And a service winner.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
Reversing directions, boomeranging again.
Well, Steffi Graf certainly drop-shotting very well, but not following it up with anything. Here you see Mary Jo just poking it back, really not doing much with the ball. Steffi had the whole court again. It's a good thing Mary Jo didn't give up completely because
Un petit lance,
that was
merci.
a very easy shot.
Deuce 5. And now Graf in one of those monster games that Fernandez did not survive in the second set at the 6th game. That was 8 deuces. That forehand doesn't let her down there. But the serve set it up.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Graf.
Seesaw game. 4 game points for Graf. 2 break points for Mary Jo. Mary Jo way in. Almost a yard. It's just long.
Jeu, Mademoiselle Graf.
Steffi Graf weathers that game and 2 break points, but Fernandez ahead 2-1.
Mademoiselle Fernandez mène par 2 jeux à 1. Aux reprises.
So Mary Jo Fernandez, for the second time in the match, visited by Women's Tennis Association trainer Kathleen D. Stroya. We know that Mary Jo has a headache. She's been taking aspirin. And the last such headache I remember in tennis like this, Chrissy, was Stan Smith in 1972 in Bucharest playing Davis Cup against the Romanians. And he said he had to concentrate so hard he got a headache.
Yeah, that happens.
Does that happen?
You're so intense, you know, and you're just crunching your forehead so
Installez-vous
much.
rapidement, s'il vous plaît, merci.
It's very stressful to be out there.
nursing a 2-1 lead. Fernandez. This is going to be a rocky road for whoever wins. Another epic for Graf. Remember last year, she finally lost to Monica Seles, 6-2, 3-6, 10-8 in 2 hours and 43 minutes. Miss hit and another freebie. Fernandez had 2 points for a 3-love lead. It's 2-1. This is the last set. It can go no further. She hit it from too deep in the court, behind the baseline.
Which shows me that she just didn't want to stay out there for a long rally. She wants to conserve some energy. Went for a low percentage shot. And Steffi always moving, always in position.
15-30. Graf very much looking the fresher. Oops.
15-40.
Fourth double fault for Mary Jo, and break points against her now.
Merci.
Hit the line. And so, Steffi has caught up. 2 games all.
Le jeu partout.
So the match is dead even once again as these two fillies on the stretch run. Two games all. Graf's up.
Well, it looks like it's going to come down to conditioning. Even though Harold Solomon, her coach, says that Mary Jo is 30% stronger now. She's complaining of dehydration. She has a bad headache. And she's always been known as a frail player. She's always had injuries in the past. Looked strong this tournament, though.
And it might be Graf going away now.
30-0.
Five straight points for Graf.
Steffi finally connecting to some forehand. She also looks like she could stay out there another 3 sets.
She's fresh.
The shot has let her down so far in this match.
Merci.
Ooh.
3-2 for Graf. Is it turning for her? We'll find out when Fernandez serves.
This may be the most critical game of the French Open, presented by Coca-Cola Classic. Fernandez, can she reassert herself? And what a gorgeous sight that is, like a Matisse painting to Mary Jo Fernandez. The backhand return, no play. Oh, wow! Oh!
30-0.
Steffi really helping her out there.
Merry Christmas.
Surely Steffi can sense that Mary Jo is tired, and she's had the trainer on the court twice. I've been shaking my head this whole tournament when it comes to Mary Jo. It's just unbelievable. She's made a believer out of me. Watch out when she hits that topspin backhand, because that's a sign of confidence from Steffi Graf. She doesn't hit it too often.
About 3 in this match. And so, Steffi Graf, appearing at the age of pushing her way to victory, plays a very bad game, and it's even. 3-all. That was a lift for Mary Jo. She didn't have to work very much to hold serve, and now the burden returns to Graf.
S'il vous plaît.
Third set, 3s all over the place. 3-all in the third. Graf going for her third title. And Mary Jo for her first in 3 tries at a major. Well, it's the right play.
0-15.
But that may discourage her from doing it again for a while.
Well, what happened here was just that Mary Jo anticipated where Steffi was hitting that last shot. Steffi getting a little bit too cute with that volley, though.
Love 15. Mary Jo! Adventure!
Well, a sudden surge of energy, and Mary Jo is moving so well, anticipating the ball. Look how well she anticipated this shot. Sharp angle volley.
Merci.
Again, she doesn't want to get into any long points, so she's taking a few more chances.
Love 30, and suddenly she's won 6 of the last 7
And look
points.
at her face. Her body language is so much more positive now.
Well, she got her first, second, third, fifth, 8th, 10th wins against Sabatini.
Points
Fernandez,
at the net.
22 of 32.
Both players coming in, a lot for them.
That's a double fault.
0-40.
2. And suddenly, Mary Jo's Fernandez, who was fainting, has muscle all over the place and 3 break points that could win her the title. Ooh, she had it, but missed.
15-40.
Well, I think she changed her mind. She had the whole court. She's approaching down the line, which is the spot. But look at this, Steffi really leaving that side of the court open. Mary Jo trying to wrong foot her.
Second break point.
What a perverse tennis ball, she must be thinking.
Can't believe that this didn't go over. Steffi's had a few lucky net cords that have gone over. Mary Jo saying, why me?
S'il vous plaît.
Third break point. Come on, you saved 5 match points against 17. Don't look for too much upstairs. Third breaker.
We'll see what she does with this second serve. She's inside the baseline. See if she jumps all over it.
Oh, she doesn't have to. The match,
Fernandez.
zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Fernandez can rest with a 4-3 lead. Everybody's favorite, the hottest player on clay this year, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, belts her out of the park. 2-2. The proposition for Fernandez: can you hold serve twice? You're the French champ.
Ooh, well, remember that lead at the German Open a couple weeks ago? She had set in a break. In the third set, she had 3-love. Can she play well, still be aggressive when she's ahead, when she's leading? That's the big question.
Merci.
Look at that. Looks like she's playing doubles in the Olympics, where she and Gigi Fernandez, no relation, won the gold. Boy, get out the rubber trousers right down the stretch. This is terrific. Graf must remember Berlin. I beat her from love 3 down in the third. But this isn't Berlin.
Mary Jo has to be thinking about it too. I had a lead and I lost. It's not going to happen again. And to show how quick Steffi Graf is, she was behind the baseline when this happened, and she had a play on the ball. A little too easy for her.
Un peu de silence, s'il vous plaît, merci.
30-15. That wasn't sure for Graf. And umpire Dupraz asks for silence.
Conta.
4-3, 30 all. Can this young woman hold up? Spindly but spunky.
Premier service.
First serve to be repeated. Mama Fernandez. Coach Harold Solomon will be ready for the stomach pump and everything else after this. Resuscitator. Oh! And the courtside doctor is there in the pink shirt. Mishka, Dr. Mishka.
30-40.
Well, Mary Jo just trying to dictate the points. Maybe going for a little too much there, but that's what she needs to do to beat Steffi Graf.
You hear whistles of derision and disbelief from the stands to Mary Jo's right because they thought it was good. The ball was clearly out, but to them it would have looked good. Break point.
Mademoiselle Graf. 4 jeux partout.
Oh, and Steffi just poked that ball, stab, backhand, but placed it so well.
Beautifully blocked. 4 games
Un peu
all.
de silence, merci.
1 set all. One of the great championships, one of the 4 great championships at stake. It's 8 points away from each of them.
Mary Jo can't be passive now. She can't be 5-6 feet behind the baseline. Just poke the ball back like she did there.
It's going to be heartbreak for one of them.
Good break for Mary Jo.
So, 4 double faults, 3 in the last 2 games for Graf. Neck and neck. She got the sideline.
Well, that's the new weapon Harold Solomon was talking about. Mary Jo, he said, cannot break into the top 2 or 3 unless she has a weapon. All the other players do, and there it is.
And that's the Jim Courier backside boogie and hit that forehand inside out.
And Steffi Graf hits it so well.
She does. 15-30, fault, first ball. Mary Jo well inside the baseline.
Well, this match couldn't be any closer.
Mama Sylvia Fernandez, after Mary Jo won the gold medal in Barcelona in doubles. I said, how do you feel, Sylvia? She said, like a double scotch. Step by step, 4 all, 30 all.
But she just poked the volley, not even placing it that much, but anticipated that one very well.
A point for a 5-4 lead for the German.
A race to the net. I think you're right, Bud. That's what it may come down to.
I think that can separate them. But right now, they're like Siamese twins. Will it cost her the title? We'll find
find out
Mademoiselle Graf.
in moments. 5-4 for Graf. One game from the title from Miami. The last of the American women in this tournament who would like to be the first since Chris Evert to win. That was in 1986. A lot of wonderful American women have won this. Doris Hart, Shirley Fry, Little Mo Conley. Fernandez wants to add her name, but she has to hold serve to get even.
Not anticipating this down the line shot. As you see her coming in, Steffi's repeatedly hit this shot down the line. Mary Jo's been there in the past, but not, she was a step behind that time.
Love 15. Steffi Graf, who was down a service break at 4-3.
She is, because if she should win this term by winning this next point, she won it not playing her best tennis, but she never gave up.
The reluctant forehand, the pokey backhand have all come to her support. Steffi Graf, 1 point from her third championship, even though she trailed 4-3 on a service break, double faulting twice. Mary Jo, last chance to save it. It was a let. Andre Fauché, Fortescue at the net called it. It is long. A ripper.
15-40.
Well, this has been Mary Jo's strength so far this tournament, coming from behind. That's when she's played her best tournament, but can she keep doing it? That's the big question.
Match point number 2.
S'il vous plaît.
Match point number 3. The boomerang baby, even if she loses, has given us a French Open as never before.
What a great 2 weeks she's had. The players now fear her. She's a different player, different caliber.
Oh, she had the court open. It's over.
Mademoiselle Graf. 2 manches à 1. 4-6, 6-2, 6-4.
Of 17,000 saw a championship performance, even not at her best. 4-6, 6-2, 6-4 for Graf, even though she trailed 3-4 on a service break. Here's match point, but she came roaring to win the last 3 games. A last chance for the young woman who has thrilled us for a fortnight, Mary Jo Fernandez. The trophy presentation, for which Chris Evert has gone downstairs to take part, Dan Hicks. Here it is, once more, the match point, which she worked so hard to win her 12th major championship, her third at the French, where she first won, and accepting the Suzanne Lenglen Trophy from the woman who won it 7 times, Chris Evert. Steffi Graf's 73rd career title, she won her first over Chris Evert in 1986. Family Circle Cup, Hilton Head. Christian Beam, the new president of the French Federation, on the stand. This is a new setup. They used to take the women up into the tribunal, into the grandstand. And Mary Jo, who won everyone's hearts, accepts the cup from the French Davis Cup hero, Henri Lecomte. A bittersweet moment. Right after this, we shall return to the red clay with Dan Hicks, the winner and the runner-up. And down to the wonderful combatants with Dan Hicks.
Thank you, Bud. I'm with the 2 finalists here, and we'll start with the champion, Steffi Graf. 2 straight years there have been epic matches. Last year with Monica Seles, and this year with Mary Jo Fernandez. It's been tough.
Yeah, I had some close matches in the past, and today I was able to pull it off to win it this time. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
I know it's been difficult for you focusing on this match with what happened to Monica Seles coming in. How were you able to stay focused, Steffi? I was
just trying to put my mind away from the match of what was going on. I just thought about a few other things. I mean, she played very well in the first set, so I just made a few arrows, and I just told myself to just keep staying in focus and then keep the ball in play. You can really use this as a springboard as you head into another Wimbledon, a chance for a 3rd straight Wimbledon title. That's a tough one to think about right now, but the tournament's just over, so yeah, I think it's great for confidence-wise to get into Wimbledon, but I'm not thinking about Wimbledon yet. Congratulations, Steffi. Mary Jo, I guess if there is any consolation in this, you did lose to a true champion, Steffi Graf.
Definitely. I mean, Steffi's dominated the game for a long time, and she proved today what a great champion she is. She came from behind and fought really hard. So it's still disappointing to win because I had opportunities, but I'm happy overall. You've come from behind in this tournament all tournament long, but were you feeling physically fit out there? You had a couple visits from the trainer. Yeah, I felt pretty good. I think that game in the second set, 2-all, took a little bit out of me. It was a long game, but I felt good in the third set. It was a few points here and there that made a difference, and Steffi, played the right shots at the right time. You have got to have gained a lot of confidence from this tournament. You've proved that you can not only be in a final in a Grand Slam, you can win it. I hope so. I mean, I hope this, encourages me more for the future tournaments. But, like I said before, I feel confident, and I feel I'm, at the level right now I can compete against anyone out there. All right, thanks. Congratulations on a fine tournament, Mary Jo. Let's send it back up to Bud Collins.
Thank you, Dan Hicks. A magnificent match, a recycled Mary Jo Fernandez. A year ago, she would have been blown away had she gotten this far. But she's learned to be daring, and Steffi Graf back at number 1.